This is one of the top news stories of 2012. Another top news story, another, and yet another. And this is precisely the problem. You may recognize these stories as news, but what you may not recognize is what having this trashy and frivolous information is doing to your mind. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. Collectively, we've focused way too much on the garbage and not enough on the good stuff. The good stuff, precise reporting and clear communication of ideas and information that gives us hope and potential for our lives. News is the fabric of our lives. It is what we think about. It is what inspires us. It is what connects us to people. It is what connects us to people around the world. It is what connects us to people across the street. We are born with an innate hunger for awareness. We long for connection with others. News stories help us perceive who we are, help us transcend, help us understand ourselves, and more importantly, who we might become. News helps us see what is possible. But sadly, news in our era falls short of this ideal. Instead of raising our consciousness, illuminating our connections with each other, and bringing us together, many news stories do just the opposite. They make us feel detached, isolated, and disconnected. Why is this happening? I believe it is happening because we have become passive news consumers. We have failed to assert our power and assume responsibility for and control over our news consumption. Each one of us, no one else, is responsible for what goes into our hearts, what goes into our minds, and what goes into our heads. If you, like so many I have heard from, sense that news is making you fearful, angry, and confused, do something about it. It is your right and it is your responsibility. As each of us begins to assume responsibility for and control over the news we consume, I believe we will begin to radically change the very foundation of the news environment. We will collectively begin to create the newsphere. In the newsphere, dialogue will replace debate. In the newsphere, contrary opinion is valued. In the newsphere, we realize others' opinion can improve our own. This is a place where the truth is illuminated. The essence of a story is revealed, and even bad news can be transformed. So how do we create this glorious newsphere? We start by paying closer attention to how news stories affect us personally. You can learn to reject those news stories that make you feel bad. You can learn to stop paying attention to one-sided negative and loud news. If we change the way we create the news, we can really, literally change the way it is created. If we change the way we consume the news, we can literally change the way it is created. Let's tell different stories about ourselves. Let's upgrade the quality of our input. I believe we can demand news that is vibrant, relevant, engaging, and above all, connective. And I believe we can create the newsphere, and that's an idea worth sharing. Thank you.